So I'm going to discuss now the different sort of things that we would plug into a mixer. So generally we would use microphones for the main bulk of things. So I'm going to go through a few microphones with you now. So we have this little fella. This is a bog standard instrument microphone, which we would potentially use in like in front of guitar amps. We could use them in front of brass instruments, into pianos, all kinds of things. They're very, very hardy sort of microphones, and they'll go sort of anywhere you want them to, really. If you are stuck and say you've got a broken vocal microphone, you could use it, but I wouldn't advise it. So that is our little instrument mic. Our next one, now you're going to have to excuse this one because it's battered and bruised. This is my personal one. So this one is our bog standard vocal microphone. Probably seen these at karaoke's, you've probably seen them everywhere. But this is a version of what they call the SM58, which is an industry standard microphone. It's been used for decades by all of the famous people. They're relatively cheap in the industry, so they're about £90, I think, these days. I haven't actually bought one in a long time because they last so long. So there we have the SM58, or this particular version is the PG48. Next up, we're going to talk about condenser microphones. Now, there's all different types. So I've got two here. I've got a mid-range priced one and a very cheap one. Both of them do the exact same job. So these can be used for two things. This one in particular is an SE Electronics, and this is just a cheap knockoff version type thing. So with condenser microphones, you need what you call phantom power. Now on a mixer, it's basically a power source because they need to be powered because they're quite big, and the electronics inside just need a little bit of a warm up. There is a switch that you press and these will work. So these would generally be used in a general sense within a band or a live setting as, for instance, again, you can use them as instrumental mics. That's absolutely fine. But we would use them for a drum kit. So we would have two of these. One on the left-hand side, one on the right-hand side, pointing down towards the drum kit, just to make the drum kit come out of the speakers and give us a clearer sound. And sometimes it's even really handy if you're on a bigger stage for musicians to come in with their monitors, which we will learn about soon, but they are essentially speakers at the front of the stage that they can listen to the rest of the band and know what's going on. Because the bigger the stage, the further you go out, everything's a bit delayed. So it's a bit like a siren. As it goes past you, it starts to get delay. So that's exactly what happens with these. So this is what we would use them for. They are also used, this one in particular, is a vocal mic for recording. So anything that I've released or any album that I potentially work on, 9 times out of 10, I will be singing into this microphone. And it's a great sound. So it's only the one when you're doing vocal mics. And also the same with this one. It can be used for exactly the same thing if you haven't got... It's a budget version, entry level. So you can go in. This one cost me £30. It sounds great. It does the job that you want it to. But if you want clarity of sound and a beautiful sort of edge to your sound, the SE Electronics. You can pick up different versions of these microphones and you'll see them all about. And they vary from the cheapest of £20 all through to £200 to £300, and they do exactly the same thing. They are also, you can get wireless versions, which we will also go into another video. And again, with these instrument mics, I mean, these ones cost me, I think, £20. They are not expensive microphones, and, you know, I get what I paid for, but they do the same job. You just got to do a lot more EQ, which again, I will go into in one of the later videos as to what that is. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you stick around for the others.